Okay. Who are the program directors in our program? Well, we have Gustavo Vegerano. He will make a presentation shortly. Dr. Omar Essaid is here and will make a presentation. We have Dr. Clarleon, and she is here and will be presenting on the systems engineering program. Healthcare systems engineering is Dr. Bo Oppenheim, and he will be presenting separately. Christina Eubanks Turner, Dr. Turner, is the director for the teaching mathematics. She is not going to be with us, but we do have a slide where we have some contact information, and I will present that to you shortly. So if you're here for the teaching mathematics program, be sure and copy down her contact information. She can get to you specifically. Anyway, again, thank you for being here. What is the mission of our college? Well, we're dedicated to providing, first of all, outstanding educational opportunities in science, engineering, and mathematics in a mentoring environment with an increasing diverse student body. One of the things that we always get from our students when we talk to them after graduation is the one-on-one contact that they have with the professors here. It's a very nurturing and a very mentoring environment. That's the one thing that they comment on. So we're happy with this as one of our mission statements, and we do a good job of it. The college emphasizes the development of the whole person through its focus on ethical behavior and service to society. That's kind of what drives us. Our graduate programs provide opportunities for both working professionals and those full-time students that are interested in graduate programs in a full-time mode. Why would you want to do this? Well, enhance your skills and knowledge. And you can do that through our professionally rigorous curriculum, which really has a balance of theory and practice. Many of our instructors and professors have outside industry practice, which we bring into the classroom. You might want to advance your career. We'd like to have you make sure you serve the needs of society and be able to meet the challenges of an ever-changing, complex world. The world of engineering and science is changing dramatically all the time. It's amazing since the time I've been out of school what has happened to the engineering profession as a whole, but also just teaching engineering. Our faculty are excellent teachers with extensive research and practical professional experience. And as I say, our mode is put the student first. As I say, that comes out in all of our exit interviews. Promote the principles of sustainability and ethical practice throughout our curriculum. I think that's really important in light of today. Prepare the student for a world of accelerating scientific and technological change, and our faculty are always accessible and available, even with the lockdown and the online instruction we're currently going through. Our faculty have open office hours via Zoom, regularly scheduled time. They're all available by email, etc. So even though we're in a different mode of operation right now, probably will be in the spring, it's important that you understand that we are accessible. Our program options are for a Master's of Science in Engineering in Civil, Mechanical, and Electrical Engineering, an MS in systems engineering, environmental science, and computer science. As I say, we offer the Master of Arts in Teaching Mathematics. All of the programs have a dual degree now. And this dual degree means that you can get both an MS and an MBA at the same graduation. It's a program that is compressed, and the programs then offer the MS and MBA in, as I say, civil, mechanical, electrical, and computer science, but also environmental science. It's a 60-unit program, but there is some reduction in the number of units. So this may be very attractive to you. And we do offer certificate programs, which is a short way of catching up on technology and advances in the field. These are typically 3-course programs or 9 units, of which, assuming that you know that you meet all of the requirements, those are directly transferable should you decide to go on to an MS in that particular discipline. Why certificate programs that I brought up? Well, this is, as I say, an opportunity to hone or update your skills for professional engineers and scientists, or maybe you're not sure about the commitment to a graduate degree. It is a commitment, and maybe you just want to kind of get your toe in the water a little bit. And this is a good way to do it because it only takes 3 courses. You can do it in a year. Take 1 course a semester, et cetera, and 1 during the summer. And as I say, these courses are transferable right into the master's program, so you don't need to repeat them. They count for the 10 courses. So with 1 certificate program, you're about a third of the way done. Some sources of student funding. I know funding is always critical. There's opportunities for Seaver graduate and research assistantships. There are a limited number. It is, as you would expect, quite competitive, but you should always apply. Generally, what happens is the faculty apply for funding, and if the faculty is awarded, then they will be looking for somebody to work with them along these lines. And what you would need to do then is to contact faculty members who are interested in the type of research that you would like to do with them and make sure that they're aware that you're interested in that program. We have the RAINS Research Assistant Program. There's faculty research grants that the individual faculty members apply on their own for outside funding, and usually this involves or will involve some assistance from graduate students. So this is another area of getting funding for your assisting faculty members in their grant work. We have some Seaver graduate department scholarships. These are need-based. They're not eligible. You would not be eligible if your employer provides some reimbursement, however. We have some teaching assistantships, and it is important to refer to the LMU Financial Aid Office. You can just basically get on them through the LMU website. So what's happened here, huh?
I think you're okay.
I don't know, did it freeze up?
Okay, so hit the escape and see what happens.
Yeah, okay, well. Oh, it has annotate on there. I don't want to annotate. No. There we go. Somehow I accidentally got into that. There we go. I accidentally moved my little box. You might want to enjoy joining and participating in some of the organizations that are on campus, get a feel for your fellow students, be part of professional organizations, etc. But this makes your graduate experience maybe a lot more rewarding, where you can share your experiences with others. We have the graduate students at LMU organization that includes all of the graduate programs here at LMU, not only those in the college, science and engineering, but also those in film and television and liberal arts and business, etc. There are professional organization student chapters here on campus in the various disciplines. I'm not going to go through them. But we have them in all of the disciplines that you can certainly join and participate in their events and seminars and things and workshops that they have on campus. The Civil Engineering Department has a Council for Industrial Partnerships, which is a collection and a group of past alums and friends of the college. And they provide individual mentoring to students. They provide resume workshops and mock interviews, et cetera. And these are certainly open to graduate students who are making that embarkment into the job market as you near graduation, and this gives you a great opportunity. The other departments are initiating these programs and have similar programs, so make sure you work with your advisor in this area. For each programs, we have an outstanding graduating student award each year and an outstanding first year student award. It's quite a prestigious event, and we'd like to have you strive for these achievements. There's a Jesuit Honor Society, Alpha Sigma Nu, on campus that recognizes students who excel in scholarship, loyalty, and service. You are recognized at commencement, and there are some requirements to be in the top 15% of your class, at least have completed your half of your degree requirements and meet the qualifications of service and loyalty to the Jesuit ideals of higher education. If you do service outside or within the university, particularly if you're involved with activities outside the university, this is a good opportunity to be recognized for some of the hard work that you volunteer and do. So you may want to be thinking about that if you meet the other requirements. Some of the campus resources for those that are international students, obviously the Office for International Students and Scholars with Shameen Lee Metzler is probably your #1 stop. There's an academic resource center that provides writing and language help for those of you that you know, are a little light with unfamiliar with a lot of the English language writing. This is an opportunity to get some help. Disabilities and support services, if you need special accommodations in terms of maybe extra time on tests, things of that nature, they're the people to see there. Student psychological services, student health center, health services, they're in the Burns Rec Center, which is right next to the engineering building, so don't have far to go. Obviously, the library is a good place to start. And there is a campus ministry, Muslim student life prayer room, and chapel, etc., to meet your religious needs and requirements. Career and Professional Development Services is available to help work you through the job search. We do have a collaborative learning center in Pereira South Wing. It's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a great place to meet students before class or after class, good place to study, share homework, maybe print out your homework if you need to print it out. Good place just to talk with classmates, chat, etc. It's a very relaxing environment. So it's always a lot of activity there. Then if you have some excess energy to burn off, you might want to try the gym and the pool, play some intramural basketball or tennis, etc. Graduation. This is a sample. We go through it. We'd like to see you there. Let's talk a little bit about our programs. I'm going to start out with the, oops. We need to bring up the math and science here. Excuse me. For those of you that are interested, whoops, I'm sorry. I need to share the screen here. Everybody see this? The Master of Arts in Teaching Mathematics program, the website there is cse.lmu.edu, graduate programs /MAT, Master of Arts in Teaching. The contact information there is for Dr. Christina Eubanks Turner. She's the director, and her email is ceturner@lmu.edu. And if you have an interest in the program, by all means, please contact her. At this point, I'd like to turn the program back to Dr. Omar S. Saeed, talk about the about the mechanical engineering program.
Omar, you're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So thank you for visiting. And my name is Omar Saeed. And I'm going to share with you a couple of slides. And we're happy to have you here. We're going to talk about the mechanical engineering program. One of the good things about our program is that we have over 60 pieces of equipment. So we have a thesis option, we can do experiments, we can do independent studies. In a nutshell, it serves engineers seeking to advance their careers. And we have a modern, professionally rigorous and convenient program. We have our programs after 6 o'clock in the evening so that people who are working in industry can come and attend classes. It is flexible so that we can accommodate both working professionals and full-time graduate students. We have strong emphasis on industry relevance. Many of our part-timers come from Northrop Grumman or Aerospace Corporation or some industry outlet, and they are experts in their specific areas. Flexibility to accommodate the schedules of working professionals, like I indicated before. We have our programs in the evening, or our classes in the evening, rather. We have small class sizes. One time I taught a class, there were more than 20 people, but usually we have around 20 people in a class and many times less. Faculty members have extensive industry experience. For myself, I have been consulting for the Navy for 30 plus years and for several companies. And many of our faculty members have industrial experience. And of course, we are strategically located near aerospace companies and Silicon Beach and defense industries. So this helps in terms of getting connections for teaching and connections for research. The admission requirement is that we take a person who graduated in mechanical engineering with a B average. But if you don't have a bachelor in mechanical engineering, like you are chemical or civil or electrical, then you have to take a group of undergraduate classes as a to strengthen you in these areas: mechanics of materials, dynamics, thermodynamics, fluid mechanics, and heat transfer. And you should be obtaining a B or higher in these classes. The program requirement is that you can either take a thesis or you can just take them all as courses. If you took all the master's program as courses, you're going to finish 10 courses. One of them is obligatory, which is Mechanical 604, which is engineering mathematics. Then we have a bunch of 500 and 600 level classes, which are optional. And you have to take 4 of these 9 classes at the 600 level. And you have the option of taking one of these classes in another area: systems engineering, electrical engineering, structural, civil engineering. So you have the option of one elective class in another engineering discipline, but it has to be with the consent of the program director. We encourage that you do the thesis option. Before COVID, we had 6 theses going on. And if you took the thesis, then it counts for 2 600 level courses. This slide is private for our LMU undergraduates. We have a program called 4+1. And for these students, they have to, when they graduate, take 2 graduate classes in the summer and 1 course during each summer session, one in summer session 1 and the second in summer session 2. Then they have to take 4+3 or 7 classes in the fall and spring. This gives a total of 9 graduate courses. So we give them a 1 class less than the regular master's degree, and this is only for our 4+1 students. So they can take either 27 course units, or if they decided to go for a thesis, they will take 21 units and 6 thesis units. And of course, this is in addition to the current requirements in the senior year of the 500 level classes. Our faculty have a broad range of expertise in several disciplines: rapid prototyping and 3D printing, Dr. Rafiq Nourani, biomedical engineering, Dr. Brandon Smith, thermal systems, Dr. Mas Ibrahim, design and manufacturing, Dr. Matt Sanowski, renewable energy, Dr. Emin Ezakian, material science and engineering, myself, dynamic systems and controls, Dr. Natalie Schall. So we have lots of wide range expertise. You have to maintain a minimum cumulative GPA of 3.0 or above. And a maximum of 4 courses may be taken in any given semester, although we do not encourage that much, because unless you are a full-time graduate student and you have no life, then you really don't want to take 4. So we usually prefer that you take 3 as a maximum. And you must meet and agree with the program director if you are interested in a thesis, the thesis option. We have merit and need-based assistantships available. You can discuss this with me and with the Associate Dean for Research, Dr. Nazmul Ullah. So my name is Omar Said. I'm a professor of mechanical engineering and the graduate director of the program. And this is my contact information. And thank you for listening. Thank you, Joe.
Okay. Dr. Leon, are you ready to go?
Sure. Let me share my screen. Oh, hang on. It's always something. Just trying to.
Take your time. All the time we get freezing, so don't worry about it.
Let me see.
Can you get up on the slideshow, Claire?
Yeah, it's just.
Is it stuck?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Just give me a second.
Take your time.
I'm just going to stop share and then try resharing. Okay, hopefully people can see that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
There we go.
So welcome everyone. I'm the Graduate Program Director for Systems Engineering. I spent most of my career doing systems engineering and program management in industry, and then went to work for the government for a few years, and I've now been at LMU for 3 years running the Graduate System Engineering program. So many people ask, what is systems engineering? It is an interdisciplinary field of engineering and management. So it's a blend of systems engineering, philosophy, discipline, and process work, along with engineering management. And then one of my theories from my industry time as a good systems engineer also has a strong technical background. So we have many options to enhance your technical skills if you are getting a master's in systems engineering. So our program is built on 3 pillars. So core systems engineering coursework, core engineering project management coursework, and then the ability to take 3 technical elective classes. Now, the 3 technical elective classes can be customized to what's right for the student. Some people really want to focus on engineering project management. That's been very popular. Some people really want to get more in depth in systems engineering, and some people really want to explore different technologies. So the focus areas are listed down here. So system engineering, engineering project management, but then any of the engineering disciplines, mechanical, civil, electrical, also cybersecurity, software architecture, and then given we're in, kind of the heart of the aerospace industry in Southern California, we also have an option for aeronautics and space systems as a technical focus. We have certificate programs as well, and these mirror the technical focus areas that are not specific to the other engineering disciplines. And then we also have the dual degree program. So that is an option. So it is a total of 60 credits, 24 in systems engineering. Then we give elective credit for a couple classes in the MBA program, then 36 credits in the MBA program, and they give 15 credits of systems engineering for a total of 51. So if you did 2 degrees separately, I think it's a total of 81 credits. If you do the 2 degrees together, it's a total of 60 credits. So it's quite a big discount and leverage. And when you graduate, you formally have a master's in system engineering and an MBA. And as Dr. Reichenberg said at the beginning, this program, the dual degree, is available for any of the engineering disciplines. So a snapshot of what the systems engineering program looks like. This is sort of the shell of a study plan. A real study plan would have dates and semesters, but you start with systems engineering and project management. Those are the 2 required classes, and then you fill in with a couple of engineering electives specific to system engineering, a couple of electives specific to project management, and then the 3 technical electives. Again, it depends on what your focus area is. One of my themes is that from the day that you start, we want the curriculum to be relevant to your work and to what you do day to day. So, the timing of courses can be, critical as well for you being successful in your job. So we try to make sure that what you take first is what is going to help you most in your job. But we do like to start with system engineering and project management because many of the other classes build on those. This shows a snapshot of the dual degree program. So the MBA core is 51 credits. So again, in the MBA program, they allow 15 credits in the system engineering program. In the Masters of Systems Engineering, it's a total of 30 credits, and 6 credits can be taken through the MBA program. So we're not offering a system engineering degree for fewer credits than we offer for anybody else, but you can leverage the other program. And to do this, the typical flow is to apply to the engineering program first, again, whether it's systems engineering or the other programs, get started, take the core classes, then fill in with the MBA, and then come back and take the capstone project, the final class. And these capstone projects are very much customized to the student. And so if somebody is doing dual degree, we'd expect the capstone would be then a blend of systems engineering and MBA material, so that you really bring the 2 programs together. This just lists the certificate programs. I think that was also shown on the other page. The certificate program is just 3 classes in any one of these areas. And if you do choose to start with certificate program, all 3 classes would carry over to a master's program in systems engineering. This just shows a typical semester. So this shows fall 2020 course offerings. So what we're offering right now. And so there's some fun classes there, and then classes for spring and summer. So summer tends to be a lighter. 4 classes kind of would be what I would say would be the max we would offer in the summer. So sometimes you kind of have to plan the curriculum. So that's one of the things we start with, is sitting down with your advisor or me and kind of going through and developing the plan for the next year and a half to 2 years, however fast you want to go. Some students want to stretch out the program and take 1 class per semester. Some students want to take 2. I've got one student who's working full time and right now and taking 3, and that's amazing, but he's just trying to plow through and be done. So it's very individual what people decide to do. So let me turn it back over to Joe, and I think we still have a couple more programs to hear from.
Yes, thank you, Claire. Gustavo, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. And then I'll finish up when you're done.
Great.
With civil. Okay.
Great. Good morning, everyone. My name is Gustavo Vegerano. I am the program director for the computer science program and the electrical engineering program. So my presentation will include both programs, and my contact information is available in our website, So feel free to contact me if you have any questions either today or after our presentation. I'll be glad to answer those questions. Let me begin by looking at the requirements of our programs. So remember, we're presenting on the computer science program over here and the electrical engineering program over here. So let's begin with the computer science program. We have required courses for graduation and elective courses. The required courses for computer science include 2 courses. Those are computability and complexity and programming language semantics. The total number of courses needed for graduation is 10 courses total. Okay, so 10 courses to graduate. Okay, so students complete the 2 required courses, and then they have a number of elective courses. Our courses are of 2 levels. So we have 500 level courses, which are introduction to topics, and then you have a follow-up course, which are the 600 level. So over here, you can see how many courses you need to complete per level. And then students have to select one of those options. Okay, so basically what students are selecting there is whether you want to do a capstone project or the thesis option. Okay, so we want all of our students to apply what they learned in the last semester. And they can either do a capstone project over here. Okay, so this is a 1 semester project. Okay, or they can do a thesis. The thesis is either 2 semesters or 3 semesters. Okay, so this depends on your interest. If you want to go deep into a particular subject, you should select the thesis. On the other hand, if you want breadth, if you want to know about more subjects, then you would select the capstone project. Okay, the electrical engineering program is similar. So in this case, you have 3 required courses, okay, which usually complete during the first 2 semesters, and then you have 7 elective courses. And again, you have the same 3 options. Okay, so you can either select the capstone project or the thesis option. Over here, I have a sample of elective courses, and you can see courses of computer science. Currently, students are highly interested in artificial intelligence. So we're offering data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence, cognitive systems, but we do offer elective courses in other subjects as well. For electrical engineering, here you have a sample again of elective courses. So for example, next semester we're offering embedded systems. We have offered motion capture laboratory and different other subjects. I will present our areas of strength in the following slides. I also wanted to show you how our courses look like online. Keep in mind that we are during the COVID crisis, so we are currently, the spring semester is going to be fully online. We're hoping that we can come back to our campus in summer and fall of next year, but next semester is going to be online. So I want to show you a sample course. This is one of my courses. This is a course that is cross-listed, which means that it is available for both computer science and electrical engineering students. Let me see if I can get the course over here. So yeah, this is how the course looks like. So over here, I want to highlight that our faculty are available for office hours. So we keep our online office open, and students can join so that they can interact with us, ask questions. We try to maintain that contact with students very often. And and over here you can see what's available in a course. So for example, in my course, we make available all the presentation slides, all the videos that we record for our lectures. And then there's a folder for homework assignments. Usually there's weekly homework assignments. We have midterms, and then in this particular course I also have programming problems. So yeah, students need to program in C++. Okay, so this is a sample course. Let me go back to my presentation. So, the Caption Project. So all students need to complete a Caption Project in their last semester. So over here you can see the students presenting their work to faculty of our department. So usually you work under the supervision of an advisor. So depending on the topic of your interest, you contact one of our faculty members, and then you work in close proximity with a faculty member on a research project. On the Caption Project, we aim for publishing your work at a conference, but since keep in mind that it is only one semester, so in many cases that's not enough to have a publishable material. But in some cases, students make good progress and they're able to present at a conference. Then the other option is the master thesis. So keep in mind that the master thesis is either 2 semesters or 3 semesters, depending on how deep you want to go into the subject. And again, you work in close relationship with a faculty member. They're going to be your advisor, and basically you're going to be spending time in our laboratories doing research. And at the end, you need to submit your work for publication. And hopefully it gets accepted and then you present. So I wanted to show you this. Let me go back over here. Sorry about that. I wanted to show you this example. What's going on? Let me see what's going on. Okay, it's not working. Okay, but I wanted to show you the example that is highlighted there. This was one of our former students. He was working on machine learning, and the objective of his project was to detect speech from people who have suffered cerebral strokes. So one part of your brain disables your speech, and so he was attaching electrodes to your face to detect movement of your face and be able to turn that movement into spoken language. So he was trying to determine a basic scenario, which is yes or no. He could have made more progress, but he selected the capstone option. So he had only 1 semester available to do the project. He was successful and he presented his work at a professional conference, which is something that I wanted to highlight. So I also wanted to show you the different topics that students have, that the students work on. So we have faculty members working on cognitive systems, on bioinformatics. Bioinformatics is a collaboration with the biology department. That's another thing that we like to do with students, that is to work with faculty members from other departments to have an interdisciplinary approach to our projects. We have faculty members working on game design and architecture, autonomous drone systems. We also do, in our photonics lab, we do ultra-fast imaging and remote sensing. We also work on the Internet of Things and wireless sensor networks. We have students working on deep learning and machine learning. Yeah, for example, this group of students, the one with the vehicle over there, we did a collaboration with Google, and the idea was to detect cracks on the road and log information about the cracks automatically, such as the location, the depth of the crack, the size of the crack, and so we placed the camera on the vehicle, and then students drove on the highways and then collected the information. We have projects on software-defined radio. We have a CubeSat group currently working on satellite communications. And there are students who have worked on green energy, antenna design, and motion capture systems. So what are the requirements for admission? So over here you have the requirements for computer science and the requirements for electrical engineering. So on computer science, students, you have to complete the courses that you see there, computer programming, data structures, computer system organization, before you apply to our program. we've had students from other majors apply to our program. So for example, let's say that you have a degree on mathematics and you want to do the computer science degree. So I'm going to be looking at your application, and if you're missing one of those courses in your application, you will have to complete those extra courses in order to graduate. Okay, so we do admit students from other majors, but they are required to complete extra courses. Same happens for electrical engineering. Let's say you have a degree on mechanical engineering and you want to do electrical engineering. So I'm going to look at your transcript and make sure that you have those courses. If those courses are missing, the ones that you see listed there, you're going to be required to complete those extra courses. All students need to submit the application fee. You have to submit 2 official transcripts on your application, a letter of intent. The letter of intent is 1 or 2 pages, and we want to know why you want to do the degree with us and what your plans are after graduation. Optional items in your application include letters of recommendation, letters of reference, and the GRE. If you are an international student, you also need to submit your TOEFL or IELTS score and a transcript evaluation. In computer science and electrical engineering, we also offer certificate programs. This is in case you're not 100% sure that you want to commit to the complete MS program. So you could select a certificate program, complete 3 courses, and then if you want to continue, you're very welcome to do so. And those courses that you complete for the certificate program will count for the MS degree. So remember that for the MS degree, you need to complete 10 courses. So if you complete a certificate program, that's going to give you 3 courses. If you continue, then you will complete 7 courses and you will be able to graduate. The certificate programs that we offer include software architecture, cybersecurity, machine learning, and the Internet of Things. There's financial aid available in the form of assistantships or scholarships. The average amount of a scholarship is around $1,500 to $2,000 per semester. The scholarships are need-based, so you need to prove that, that you have a financial need for the scholarship, and scholarships go to your tuition, so you need to pay a reduced tuition. Let me go back then. There are assistantships. Assistantships are part-time employment with the university. So you would be working a number of hours per week. We usually, in electrical engineering and computer science, we want our assistants to be working under the supervision of a faculty member doing research in one of their laboratories. Okay, students get paid at a rate of $18 per hour, and the appointment is usually on average 10 hours per week. Keep in mind that scholarships and assistantships are limited. That depends on the funding available, and students have to apply to this, and we select students on the basis of their academic performance. Important is that assistantships do not include tuition waivers. Okay? We have the Career and Professional Development Center. Students have access to this, to the services of this office to help them improve their resume and help them prepare for interviews so that they can go and find a job after graduation. Erica Privat, the lady that you see at the bottom, she is the person in charge of Seaver College from Career and Professional Development Center, and she schedules several events with potential employers during a semester. I wanted to show you an email from her. Screen showing us. What happened? Let me see. Okay, so I wanted to show you an email from Erica. These are the events that take place in October. So for example, over here in engineering, there are events from this company, there are events from another company over here, and students attend those events now. Well, currently, it's all online via a platform that's called Handshake. This is basically like a LinkedIn or a Facebook in which you set up your profile and employers have access to your profile. So I wanted to show you this just to emphasize that we offer those programs so that you can interact with potential employers. Let let's go back to our presentation. And then, well, actually, that's it. The last, my last comment is look at the right of the slide. Those are the recent employers of our graduates. So our alumni are currently working on Raytheon, Boeing Aerospace Corporation, smaller companies such as Electrones, Canoe, and other companies. We are located in close proximity to Silicon Beach, and there are many companies there where students can find employment. Before I go, there are many other sessions available today. I recommend that you attend the Career and Professional Development presentation, which takes place in 30 minutes. And well, you can attend the other presentations as well. Well, thank you for coming. I think I'm the last one to present. So yeah, feel free to let us know if you have any question. We're happy to answer those questions. So let me stop my presentation over here. And I think I'm gonna, Joe, let us know if there's anything left on the agenda. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Gustavo. This is Joe Reichenberger. I'm going to present the Civil and Environmental Science graduate programs. We'll try not to duplicate a lot of the information Dr. Leon and Dr. Vegerano did a really great job of explaining, you know, the requirements and the thesis and those sort of things. So we won't need to regenerate that. So let's take a look. So I've got to share my screen because otherwise it won't get shared. There we are. I think this should go. Oops. Okay. I want to welcome you to the program. We have the MS in civil engineering, 30 units. We have 2 concentrations. You'll make your determination of that either in water resources or in environmental engineering. And depending on the electives you take, you can kind of get almost a hybrid or a blend. Thesis is optional. We do not have a capstone class in civil engineering. We do have a comprehensive oral exam at the end, or if you take the thesis option, then it's a thesis defense. But we don't have a capstone. We do have a dual degree that was excellently explained by Dr. Leon. We also have a Master of Science in Environmental Science for 30 units, which also has an optional thesis. And there are 9-unit certificate programs in climate change, groundwater management, sustainable development, sustainability, water and wastewater treatment, and water quality management. Some of the admission requirements that we look at are you need to have at least some undergraduate general chemistry. We need to have mathematics through 1 year of college calculus for engineering and basically 1 semester for environmental science. We would like also to require you to have life and physical science totaling at least 4 college level courses, which could include the biology, chemistry, environmental science, or physics. So it'd be general chemistry plus 3 of these college level courses, so you get a total of 4. The reason being both environmental science and environmental engineering are very heavily chemistry oriented. All of our programs have required core classes. I'm not going to go into each one of those. They have technical electives for which you get to choose 3 of the 5 or 2 of the 5 or whatever, plus some global perspective electives. And so in general, you would have to comply with these 3 types of, I'm going to call them pigeonholes for lack of anything else. Depending on your technical electives that you selected, as I say, you can select all of the courses to match your interests. Somebody might be more interested in one particular subject than another, and so you would tailor your technical electives that way. Programs can generally be completed in 1 year, but generally most students take about 1.5 years to 2 years to complete. We do offer independent studies as elective classes, which is an opportunity to investigate a topic of interest. May help with something you're doing at work. Typically a maximum of 3 units per course. The first thing you need to do is find a faculty member that has an interest in the same thing that you have doing and can guide you with it. Many of our students do this, particularly if they see that there's maybe an elective that may not be offered that semester that particularly interests them, and so they might move into an independent studies. We do offer courses in other programs as an elective class. 1 or 2 courses can be taken in another department, as has been mentioned before, require the approval of both program directors. A number of our graduate students have taken classes in project management, which has been very successful to them. We've had 1 or 2 of them take it in lean engineering. That has helped. It's an option that basically requires the approval of both program directors, but generally that isn't a problem, particularly if you have an interest. For a thesis option, we get a question. You can have up to 6 units of thesis. They do count as 2 units of electives. Again, work with a faculty member on a specific research topics. Topics are really identified by you or the faculty member with some help. You and the faculty members will work together to form a committee of these experts, both within LMU and on the outside, to provide a review of your work and mentorship, and then also to be able to sign off on your thesis at the end. You still must complete all of the course requirements, including the total of 30 units with the thesis units counted in there. This was one of our students a couple of years ago that actually won the best master's thesis in the state of California American Waterworks Association. It was presented a nice check. I thought it was about $5,000 at their national conference in Las Vegas. So she actually went on to get a PhD. And so she's now Dr. Brianna Pagan. We offer the opportunity, if you have an environmental, a non-engineering degree, to move from environmental science into civil engineering. This option is available to anyone that's in the environmental science program that doesn't have a non-engineering undergraduate degree. Take and pass the fundamentals of engineering exam. This is administered by the National Council of Engineering Examiners and Surveyors. It's a national exam, and it's administered in these testing houses. There's a number of them around, and they offer about once a month. There's study guides that you can study from to take it. It's interesting, we probably have about 50 to 60% of our environmental science students take and pass that and change their program to civil engineering in one of the emphasis, either water resources or environmental engineering, depending on how they've set up their electives. You still need to meet the core technical electives and global perspective electives in either the water resources or the environmental engineering program to get the MS in civil engineering. You're going to need to make sure that you have 1 year of college level calculus. Maybe you might have been deficient in one semester before when you signed in. You're going to need to do that before graduation. Could be done anytime, it's not a problem. We've had several, by the way, that have done this program that had degrees in biology or chemistry that went on to pass the professional civil engineering licensing exam and have registered positions in a number of agencies now. I believe it opens up a broader career path and expands some job opportunities to you. So we think this is a really good program for you. And as I say, most of our students take advantage of this in one way or another. So why study here at LMU, particularly in the areas of civil engineering and environmental science? Well, we have modern, professionally relevant courses. They're constantly being updated and tweaked. We focus on sustainability, and they're taught by faculty distinguished both in academia and in industry. As I say, our courses are offered in the evening, 6:30 to 9:30. The students are exposed to a balance of the latest advances and innovations, both in practice and applied research. Our graduates are provided with enhanced career opportunities, shortened paths to management and leadership positions, and increased salaries. Our small class sizes, they're typically around 10 students, foster a collaborative community environment, and certainly very personalized experiences both with your colleagues and with your professors. Our programs do benefit from a mix of professional scientists and engineers. Both the environmental science courses and the civil engineering courses are integrated together. And so you get a chance to get a flavor of both, which I think is very beneficial to both disciplines. Students have the flexibility to customize a study plan tailored to their interests. We've had some testimonials. The civil engineering program was very applicable to my background. I came from the wastewater industry. Michelle was a lab analyst at the Las Virgenes water treatment plant. The program here was focused on wastewater management and treatment that I felt really good fit for me, helped me a lot. The civil engineering program from Tim Hsu at LMU was really well known. The reputation of the program is respected and received positively from those in industry. Anyway, if you have any questions, particularly about the program, we don't have much time to answer them today, but if you would just email me, joseph.reichenberger@lmu.edu, I will be happy to respond and answer any questions that you might have. I see we have 8 chat questions. Let's see what we've got here. Student is in the U.S. Students who are completing the abroad are not eligible. I'm not sure if you're abroad in the U.S. That's what looks like a response.
Yeah, that was my response. There were students asking about assistantships, and I don't know if the attendees are abroad or in the U.S., but in order to be able to work for the university, which is an assistantship, the student needs to be in the U.S. The student cannot be abroad. Scholarships, on the other hand, I believe are available to all students, regardless of whether you're abroad or in the U.S.
I think that's, or I certainly believe that's correct. Yeah. We've had a response for the MS and this was computer science. Is it possible to switch to the capstone project after starting the thesis? Gustavo, maybe you need to address that if you haven't.
Yes, I got back to the student. The question was whether if, let's say, the student selects the thesis option, the student completes thesis 1, and the student is wondering whether they can stop the thesis and go back to the capstone project. It is possible to do that. It's not the ideal situation. And keep in mind that all students have an academic advisor. The academic advisor will work with you to determine what courses you need to what courses you should register to complete your degree on time. And the academic advisor is going to avoid that situation because it is not ideal. If you select the thesis option, I help you to complete the thesis. But of course, it depends on the situation. There could be an extraordinary situation, and the student may go back to the capstone option after completing thesis 1.
Okay. It looks like we have answered all of the questions, I think, huh?
The only question has not been answered, Gustavo. You didn't answer whether someone has to choose the thesis option day 1. The answer is no. You can choose the thesis option after you have started here, after 1 semester, even after 1 year.
Yes. All students have an academic advisor, and you will work with your academic advisor to determine what electives you want to register. And basically, the academic advisor is going to help the student to select the best options for the student and help you graduate on time. The programs can be completed. The duration of the programs are different. It depends on how many courses you register per semester. We usually have 2 kinds of students. We have full-time students and working professionals. If you're working full-time, we recommend that you take 1 or 2 courses per semester. More than 2 becomes really heavy if you're working full-time. So that's going to extend the duration of the program probably to from 2.5 years to 3 years, or perhaps more, depending on how many courses you register per semester. If you're a full-time student, you can complete the program. Usually you complete the program in 4 semesters.
Okay, we're at 11:45. There are any last minute questions? We certainly appreciate your interest in LMU, and we hope that we'll see you in the very near future. Again, on behalf of all of our directors here, we appreciate your interest, and thank you for attending our virtual open house. It would be nice to have it in person, but this is we'll do in the interim. And I noticed we had a number of international students, so maybe this was very advantageous that we did it virtually. Anyway, thank you again. Any comments from any of the other directors?
No, I just want to thank everyone for coming. It's great to interact with people who are interested in our university. Feel free to contact me or contact any of us if you have questions after our presentation. We're welcome to answer them. Well, yeah.
So one general comment I have for the students is that going back to graduate school, it's sometimes daunting, but think current scenario. Actually, this is the perfect time to go back to graduate school, because either you may be working or you have other commitments, but this time, at least next semester, we'll be offering our graduate courses remotely. So which means that you can go ahead and register for these courses and get some of the course out of your UA before you actually come to campus. So it's not a negative thing, actually, it's a positive thing. So think about that.
Very good. Thank you again.
Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you for
Take
joining.
care. Thanks for coming.
Bye.